Beard color looks much better. Cheers. Thanks so much. I'm trying to keep it as natural. I don't want to even diet anymore. Hello from Bama. How is everything going? Going good. Dwight, I hope you're doing well today. Abdullah, your first one. 100%. I hope you guys are doing good. I just have to plug in one of the phone is just so it doesn't die off. I forgot to charge it. I'm gonna put the fast charger on while we're talking. Hopefully I don't lose a connection. Give me a minute. There you go. We got it plugged in. I haven't been here for a couple of days because we lost internet for at least 2.5 days. No internet, actually. Hey Ziggy, how are you? So I had no internet for 2 days because we had a lot of we had a little slight storm, and I guess a lot of trees fell, and internet was down, so I couldn't do any work at all. It's funny how we rely on internet so much, especially to actually be in contact with a lot of my patients. I had to actually go to town to be able to respond to some of the emails. It was interesting. So I do apologize if I'm behind on a lot of the responses lately. And it's getting very cold. How important are LDL patterns and peak sizes? They claim, you want them to be large and buoyant, because large and buoyant, that means you're consuming more fats. When they're small and dense, you're consuming more carbohydrates. Technically, they want them to be a big particle instead of being a small particle, because sometimes small particle can cause issues only if you have endothelium dysfunction. So if you have endothelium dysfunction, then you definitely worry. If you don't, it's not really a big deal, but eventually what causes endothelial dysfunction is too much, let's say, overconsumption of carbohydrates, for example. Could be a trigger. And the way you can actually get them big is by reducing your simple carbohydrates, or even adding MCT. That's why I tend to kind of consume a lot of MCT in my diet, anywhere between 3 to 5 tablespoons a day. So definitely there's a lot of ways to do that, and you can actually do that by eating more of the fat. Even if you actually increase your fat intake around your simple carbohydrates, it won't cause a spike at all into your insulin, because the fat will actually subside. Give me a second, guys. Let me open the door for Duke. Don't be long. I had to let Duke out. I can't take my phone with me because I have it plugged in. But today I wanted to talk to everybody because I've been having a lot of questions. Guys, by the way, whoever's been putting comments out there, they've been blocked. So maybe try to reword your question differently if possible. What I wanted to talk to you guys about, I'm trying to make some green tea. Usually I don't really drink green tea that late, but what the hell, I need some. About EPCs, do you guys know what EPCs are? Or are you familiar with it? Or how you can get some? Or how you can actually enhance the quality of your EPCs? If you guys have heard of it, definitely put a respond there. If not, we can talk a little bit more in detail. No idea. Okay, that's good to know. James is on. I hope you're doing good. Was expecting your call. You didn't call me yet. Maybe tomorrow we can talk. We'll wait for a few more people to join, and maybe we can talk about EPCs a little bit more in detail. Thanks so much, guys, for the likes and tapping the screen, so we can attract more people to join us. I know I'm gonna try to keep this conversation short, not too long. If we all start liking the live, it pushes it more to people. Yes, guys, if you get a chance to tap the screen, would be great. If you can get more likes, we can get more people to join us. Tomorrow at 3 should be fine, James. I can put it on my calendar. We can talk. Love your stuff, brother. Thank you. Can you get your main water source from juicing veggies and fruits? Yes, you could. That's called easy water. That means it's structured water that your body can actually recognize it. So eating raw food, eating raw, let's say fruits or even plant-based, all that stuff will give you the water you require. Do you need to take vitamin D with vitamin K2? There's no need to take vitamin K2. We do get plenty of it from our intake of food, especially aged cheeses, imported cheeses, egg yolks. As long as a lot of the stuff is not cooked or overly cooked, such as eggs or fish, you'll get plenty of vitamin K2, and you get plenty of vitamin D3 as well too. But certain locations we are deficient due to our sun is a little bit blocked, so we tend to take a supplementation. What's NMN? Can I take it? Just received by mistake from generic labs. NMN is what activates your NAD plus. It's what gives you energy, what allows a better longevity as well too. And actually it's like anti-aging, but it does actually help for kidneys as well too. So we're just gonna check on, is it true that vitamin D they test at the doctor's office or just a storage vitamin D? You have to get vitamin D at the cellular level. And we're looking for 80 nanograms per deciliter. That's how much vitamin D we're looking for. Certain testing is not 100% accurate, so it's not whether it's stored or not. You just want to make sure you're getting the correct testing at the cellular level. It's the same thing when they test, like say, your RBC magnesium as well too. No matter what, your vitamin D cannot be tested at a doctor's office. It still has to actually go to a laboratory to be tested correctly. Because I know a lot of companies were doing like a dry test of vitamin D. I think that's a little bit inaccurate. What's the most you should take per day of vitamin D? It varies on what you're trying to fix or heal. So all that stuff kind of varies. So for example, to maintain a proper level of vitamin D, you need at least 1000 IU per 25 pound of body weight in the winter time, and in the summertime, and in the winter time you need about 1500 IU per 25 pound of body weight. But if you're actually trying to fix a specific issue, let's say rheumatoid arthritis, we actually increased the dose of vitamin D up to 250,000 IU. So it varies. Come on, people, let's share some love to our caring doctor. Much love. Thank you, Annie. Really appreciate that. It's not a whole lot. 250,000, actually, you feel a huge difference. And we do that short term. We only do it roughly for about 15 to 30 days. It depends on the case, depends on the situation, depends on the person. So there's a lot of things we actually look into. Guys, let's tap the screen. The more we tap the screen, the more people will join us. And we can get more Q&As going. I know I want to talk a little bit more about EPCs. We'll wait till we get a little bit more people joining us on YouTube as well, because EPCs are what actually fixes your arterial system if it's damaged. K2 must be taken with vitamin D3, correct? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. No. As long as you're taking magnesium, magnesium will help methylate correctly your vitamin D. Doctor gave me 800 IU per day. I don't think it's enough. No, it's not enough. Not even close. NMN and TMG, how much to take for kidney disease? NMN 500 milligrams, TMG 1000 milligrams. My vitamin D has K2 also. Does it mean I should get D3 alone? I would get D3 alone. There's no point of taking K2. The K2 they actually put with vitamin D3 as a combination is very low. It's only about 100 or 120 micrograms. It's not enough to even regulate your calcium. I don't know why people still till today put vitamin K2 with vitamin D3. It doesn't even do anything. Just give me a second. Let me open a door for Duke. Come in. Come. Duke, you coming? No? Okay. Come. Doesn't know if he wants to come in or not. Assimilate K2 is supposed to actually assimilate, does not with K2, I was told. You know, for K2 to actually work properly, you need minimum anywhere between 300 micrograms to about 10,000 micrograms. Can I change it out or call tomorrow to 1:30? I'll have to check because I do have 2 appointments tomorrow, James. I'll check to see if my 1 o'clock is open. 1:30 is open. How to manage higher creatinine? Do you work out by any chance, Colin? Or do you carry on a lot of muscle? So creatinine sometimes it's when your muscle is getting damaged or you're broken down muscle tissue, for example. Sometimes it happens with a lot of patients that they are on statins or they're not exercising enough. Why would taking a beef liver supplement make me tired? And why would you want to take a beef supplement in the first place? What's the point? I have IBD, sure. IBD or IBS. Hi Maurice, what's good for tight muscles? Magnesium. Because your body, your muscles are contracting, not enough relaxation. B vitamins, methylation. Do you suggest working out on an empty stomach or do we need protein or creatine to keep muscle? You can take your protein and creatine after your training when your body requires to recover, not before. Hey Dave, how are you? And the beef liver, B complex and the beef liver. It depends, but there is a dry form. Usually when it's a dry form, you lose some of the water soluble because they actually dry it up, and vitamin B is a water soluble. I can't see it, the vitamin B that makes you tired. Help from California, what's going on? Glucosamine, any good? Glucosamine with chondroitin, if you're using it for bones. How do you raise your ferritin levels? Eat more steak, cook on a skillet iron. IBD, you can actually take digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid, and medicine does not work. Can I take nattokinase with my magnesium and taurine? Yes, you could. 100% you could. But nattokinase should be consumed with food, and technically magnesium and taurine should be consumed in an empty stomach. Hey Maurice from Dallas. Hey Meme, how are you? So going back to the EPCs, where do you get EPCs? You get it from a lot of the polyphenol consumption. So polyphenols is found. Do you guys know where polyphenols are found? They're mostly a lot of in green tea, coffee, berries. All that stuff contains high levels of polyphenols. So the more polyphenols you have in your body, the more your body can produce EPCs. The more EPCs you have in your body, the more you can actually repair any arterial damage. Duke is sitting outside. What do you think of a full body MRI like? Yeah, you can get an MRI. One of my patients this morning had a full body MRI just to check on things, make sure everything is okay. A workout guru on TikTok said, never work out empty stomach, eats away of muscle. That's more of a bullshit story. There's a lot of people that actually train then they actually have one meal a day. So what happened to a lot of these people that they eat one meal a day and they train? They train, whether they work out in the morning or in the evening, and they still eat one meal a day. They still put on a lot of muscle mass. There's a lot of myth out there, and it's not 100% accurate. What is CMOS good for? I think CMOS is bullshit, and there's a lot of influencers talk about it to make money off you. That's all it is. Just get yourself some trace minerals, you'll be fine. You guys will hear a lot of products being selling left and right. The question is, are they after your health or just after to make money off you? There's your Himalayan salt that has about 72 minerals in it. Why would you want to spend so much money on CMOS with no backup proof behind it? Greens from good old South Jersey. Hey Bart, how are you? I use concentrate mineral. Concentrate mineral is excellent. You get all your trace minerals plus proper magnesium intake as well too. What magnesium is safe for kidney disease for people who run high in magnesium? You need magnesium ionic chloride. Is red meat good every day because people say it's not good? Damn, I eat red meat every day for the past 10 years, 2 pounds a day. I look healthy, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with it. People that just talk bullshit. Himalayan pink salt or quality Celtic salt? Celtic salt has higher magnesium levels, just that's why it's a little bit carry a little bit more moisture compared to the pink Himalayan. But we're talking, the one I use is real salt by Redmond. Are you type blood? They can live on red meat alone. I'm a type A. Technically type A, we're not supposed to actually eat meat, but I think the eat right for your blood type is bullshit. Mushroom supplement and lion's mane safe for thyroid? Yes, they are. Yeah, all type of blood, they say they survive on meat only, but I think that's all bullshit. Because I'm a type of blood A and I survive fine on meat. They say I'm supposed to actually thrive on soy. Really? Give me a break. Is there a gene mutation that causes low ferritin levels? My wife have suffered her whole life. No, there isn't. It's mostly coming from your gut. It's not being absorbed correctly or produced correctly. How much Celtic salt should you use per day? I would never use Celtic sea salt because you need to use about 1/4 teaspoons of Celtic salt to be equivalent to like almost 20 drops of magnesium and trace minerals. I'm a negative, not supposed to have red meat, but I grew up on red meat, naturally thin. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just a hype to get your money. My phone malfunctioned. I'm type A2. Cheers to that. What lowers C-reactive protein? C-reactive protein is an inflammation. You can actually, vitamin C and vitamin E tocotrienols will actually lower your C-reactive protein. That's inflammation in the arteries most of the time. Or you can take nitric oxide so you can vasodilate your arteries. No, the blood type A is allowed to have fish and chicken. Yeah, and they say that you thrive on soy. Chicken is bullshit, red meat and eggs is king. 100% I agree with that. Chicken is bullshit. The way they're grown, Come on, you can have a full-grown chicken within under like 14 days or something. Red meat will give you colon cancer. That's another bullshit. Who told you that? It's the toppings you put on the red meat. It's where you actually buying your red meat because they've been fed high feeds. Maybe it's giving you the colon cancer. How can I raise my potassium levels? Take magnesium. Magnesium will balance your potassium levels. Why can't I hold my bowel movement? Why can't I hold? Well, it just comes out instantly. It's either you're taking too much magnesium or too much fat or certain things that your body isn't able to hold it. Too much relaxation, not enough contraction. Is the calcium in pasteurized cheese bioavailable or only when it's raw? It should be bioavailable. Bananas, coconut water, dates. Yeah, that's a lot of sugar. Like I said, for IBD, you gotta take the digestive enzymes so you can add more contraction to your gut. When I go somewhere, I have urgency. How often does it just happen instantly? I have a video that says we shouldn't take nitric oxide. We should have our body create. No, you are correct. And people, the problem is people are taking L-arginine and citrulline to actually synthesize nitric oxide, and that causes induced nitric oxide, which causes hemorrhages and heart disease. Technically, we need nitrate, so nitrate will actually activate as a precursor for nitric oxide pathway. That's the correct form to take it. I've been telling this, I've been teaching people about nitric oxide for the past 10 years, and still we have a high number of people, they automatically go for the cheaper version where they want to take direct amino acid. And the problem is, once you hit over the age of 40, we cannot convert the amino acid into nitric oxide. Yeah, nitrate are found in beets, found in arugula, found in celery. That's where you can get your proper nitric oxide production, not through amino acid. How do you increase diastolic? Low after sickness with dehydration, blood pressure. You gotta take more magnesium, Sarah. Duke, I'll take it inside, don't worry. He's trying to get his blanket. I have it outside, I had it washed. How much magnesium is needed daily? You need a steady supply of magnesium. You need to take anywhere between 200 milligrams per dose every 4 hours so you can actually saturate yourself correctly. If you don't do that, you will never saturate correctly. You will always be deficient. And that's why we have so much heart disease, we have so much diabetics, we have so much blood pressure, we have a lot of issues just because we are all deficient in magnesium. The Holy Spirit can cure sickness. Thank you for sharing that, of course. Only if you believe. Okay, makes sense. Blood work did show very low magnesium, calcium, and potassium. And as well, you have to check your proper magnesium levels. We're checking for RBC magnesium and RBC potassium, not serum levels. Serum levels is pretty much irrelevant and is incorrect. Amen. Holy Spirit is within us. The healing power is within us, not outside. 100%. If whatever you believe in, of course it does. That's why we have such an open mind to a lot of things, so we can actually, it gives us the idea and the power to actually start using supplements or herbs or food as medication and not rely on pharmaceutical bullshit. So usually this is how much Himalayan salt. This is roughly about 7 grams or so. That's how much I consume in a day. Yeah, this is, yeah, about 7 grams. What's best for H. pylori? There's a protocol you have to follow for H. pylori. It's an intense protocol. Magnesium nitrate, and how much magnesium? Magnesium ionic chloride. Nitrate is something else. Sorry, doc, can you say in red meat good for IBD? Because my mom is saying it's garbage. No, my red meat has all the dense nutrients to actually help heal your body, and it's the most bioavailable form of food that your body can recognize and absorb correctly. How much vitamin D should I take if my blood says I'm at 27? That's very low. You're supposed to be up in the upper 80s. Dave, 80 nanograms per deciliter. I would start taking about 20,000 IU for 30 days and I'd drop it to 1,000 IU per 25 pound of body weight. Is red, yes, you can have red meat and take some digestive enzymes to help with the gut issue. Sugar is the worst poison. Had a relapse with sugar today. Eat your fats. I snack on honey cashews. No, that's not good. You got honey is gonna boost up your insulin. You got cashews, it's a legume. It's gonna cause digestive issues. It's Ella. Magnesium ionic chloride is one product. Nitrate is another supplement. There's two different supplements here. I have both on my website. Check it out. I eat almonds every day. I would actually stop eating almonds. That's man-made to make you sick. That will make you sick. Almonds will make you guys sick. It's very rich in omega-6. I would never consume it. Yes, almonds are bad. They're very high in omega-6, polyunsaturated fats. If anything's going to cause inflammation, eat walnuts, eat macadamia. 65 people watching truth video here, but 66,000 watching latest Hollywood drama. You know, the problem is with that bright side smile is because, you know, they wanna get people distracted somehow from the truth. What are your thoughts on essential amino acid as intra workout? The only thing is you need prior to working out is creatine, a shot of espresso a shot of espresso, and that's it. That's all you need. How do you restore muscle lost because of taking statins? You can add HMB and leucine. Is it possible to build a muscle using resistant bands? Yes, 100%. You have to hit failure, Stephen, on every set. Are double yolked eggs real or GMO? Twins in an egg? I can't really answer. I have to look into that. How to increase nitric oxide? If you can't really increase it by breathing or humming through your nose, you make that vibration. The problem is with the breathing and humming and grounding and all that stuff, it'll only activate your nitric oxide for 6 seconds. If you want to activate your nitric oxide for longer, you got to take a supplement. And it has to come from nitrate foods, not amino acids. What are EPCs? EPCs stands for endothelial progenitor cells. They're the actual part. EPCs that actually will go after your arterial damage and they try to repair it. So we're always looking for good quality EPCs. So the lower inflammation you have, the higher your EPCs have. The more polyphenols you consume, the higher EPCs you have. The more synergistic supplements mixing together, such as berberine, resveratrol, nitrate supplement, magnesium, all these will actually increase your EPCs. Garlic will increase your EPCs. So the more EPCs you have, the faster you can actually allow your body to heal itself. Thank you for answering that, my good man. Cheers, Adam. So polyphenols found in coffee, polyphenols found in green tea, such as EGCG, polyphenols found in pomegranate, like ellagic acid, resveratrol. All these are actually polyphenols to actually increase your EPC's quality. Are onions healthy? Yeah, they're very rich in sulfur. Lab taken over a week for RBC magnesium blood tests. Yeah, sometimes because they don't know what they're testing for. Most of the time they try to test for serum and it's almost like going back and forth, back and forth. You have to test for RBC magnesium to get a proper figure. Wonder what Duke is barking at. Hey, let me unplug the phone. Hopefully we don't lose the signal, guys. I know it's getting cold and it's dark. Are there any electrolyte powders that are good to hydrate, or is it better to just use magnesium ionic chloride? It is better to use the magnesium ionic chloride because it does have a balanced electrolyte in it, and it's at most natural state, Tony. Like the one I take and the one that I showed you guys multiple times, and I have it on my website. That one by far is the best because it has all the trace minerals, high magnesium levels, and all the proper electrolytes balanced. Which high with high homocysteine 27 levels, on I've been on TMG for 2 weeks. When should I get it tested again? Wait at least 30 days, 45 days. What do you take? How much TMG you're taking, Dave? About 1,000, 2,000 milligrams a day? 2,000? Yeah. Wait about 30 days and we can test it again to see how much we need to increase because the highest we've ever increased was roughly about 6,000 milligrams, but we always have to kind of start slowly. Do you believe that 5G is affecting people's health negatively? Oh, 100%. 100% it is. And it's going to actually start to shut off nitric oxide production at a very young age. So what happened is we start to lose nitric oxide by the age of 40. So what happened is our body usually takes the amino acid, L-arginine and citrulline, and they actually produce nitric oxide so we can stay healthy. Once we hit the age of 40, we lose that. Now with the 5G technology, they're actually going to start affecting the nitric oxide production. So that means by the age of 20, the future kids, by the age of 20, they're going to actually be depleted of nitric oxide. So we're going to see hello welcome to heart disease at very, very early age because of the loss of nitric oxide. Keep in mind, once nitric oxide is lost, pretty much a person could actually have heart disease. In the presence of nitric oxide, the person should never have a heart attack or heart disease. The trees that is close to the ones installed near my house are all dead. The ones that are in line of the beam. Yes, I agree. Less oxygen. So what happened is, I'll give you guys an example. What 5G is gonna do. Hopefully they don't ban me. So imagine, how can I say this? So you know when you actually take your meat out of the package, so that's why I eat like a lot of meat. So this is the meat. See how nice color red it is? And you know when you put it on the stove and you cook it, it turns brown. So that's how we actually denature the protein, right? So we are slowly being denatured from the inside out by Wi-Fi, EMF, and especially right now by 5G technology. So we're gonna be aging from the inside out. We might look good on the outside, but on the inside, we're actually being coagulated. We're being denatured. So imagine, how much diseases we're gonna bring to our lives. How to stop acid reflux, sore throat from it. Acid reflux, that means you don't have enough acidity, Stephanie. So it could be an issue with the food you're eating. So keep in mind, you should never mix anything that requires acid versus alkaline. So for example, you should never really eat a steak and have a fruit because you're gonna actually you're gonna neutralize the acidity level. See, steaks or meat, they require acid, fruits, they require alkaline. That's why I always say, do like food combining. I was drinking champagne, so there you go. So that actually will neutralize your acidity. How to lower uric acid, cherry tart, or celery seeds. I think eventually our bodies may adjust over time and get used to it, but the moment it's having negative effect. Oh, the negative effect is gonna be massive on our health, on our brain, on the heart. It's crazy. Oh, can't access your W. Please remind me how to purchase nitric oxide. Dali, I sent you the link. All you have to do is just copy and paste it into a web browser. Sir, great content. Thank you, DG. How to erase wrinkles, lysine, proline, vitamin C, and collagen. Do you think raw leafy greens can be benefit that are low in oxalates? Some are that have no anti-nutrient effect. They would give you some good plus or minus little bit of fiber. Leafy greens are bullshit. They are in a way bullshit. The only one that I like is arugula because it contains the highest levels of nitrate levels, which is excellent. How do you increase your body oxygen levels? Deep breathing, grounding, and nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is gonna vasodilate your whole body. It's gonna allow more nutrients, more oxygen flow to your organs. You know, every time we talk about nitric oxide, people automatically think heart and vasodilation. It's not so much about heart, it's about your whole body. Every single organ will benefit. Every single organ, even your gut, your intestines, your eyes, your capillaries, your follicles, everything will actually feel fulfilled by taking nitric oxide. And that's how you can actually vasodilate everything correctly. I'm going to send you that link again, Dahlia. Grounding pad is good to use 100%. 100% you should use it. I use it every day for about 6 hours when I sleep. I have it under my on the bed sheet, and that's the best way to do it. Or if you can go outside and actually soak your feet in the snow and the mud for a good 10-15 minutes, as long as you can last, would be the ultimate thing you can do. Maurice, are you familiar with sundowners? If so, if they're help, I can give my 88. I have to look into it. Maybe send me a direct message, please. I'll look into it. The latest talk about fish oil. Well, if you're not getting fish oil from cod liver oil, from cod liver, I would not use EPA or DHA. I would only use DHA. Maurice, when you mention name of nutrients, slow down. We need to write it down. I'm trying to answer all the questions. That's why I go so quick. When we mix protein and sugar, it creates glycation, which is aging. Is that true? 100% it is. That's why I always say food combining. So eat your protein on its own, wait about 30 minutes, then eat your sugary treat if you have to. You have good skin. Cheers. Thank you. Grounding in the snow barefoot in Canada, January. Yeah, it's not bad. You can last about 12 minutes before your toes start to freeze. Trust me, been there, done that. What's your thoughts on supplements on copper? It's better to actually get copper through the copper cups. You get about 2 milligrams for every 1 liter. Best way to promote oral bacteria that assist in nitric oxide production. Give me a second. Let me open the door for Duke. I'll put it here for you. There you go. There you go. You can sleep. Sleep on it. You're not going outside anymore. Stay in here. Yeah, you'll survive. You'll survive, you know, for a couple minutes outside in the cold. It's not bad. Will fasting get rid of reflux, acid reflux? It could, but sometimes it would be ideal to take digestive enzymes on an empty stomach to actually help with the issue. Best way to promote oral bacteria that assist in nitric oxide production. I'm trying to think. There's a specific strain that activates the bacteria. What? Give me a second. I'm trying to think, Duke. Okay, I'm coming. Duke wants me to sit beside him. Okay, there. Okay. Well, I'm sitting beside you. What do you want? Where are you? You made me miss some questions, bud. Okay. I'll give you some love. Okay. There he goes. Doggy time, guys. Sorry. Duke is in. He's been working hard all day. He wants a little bit of love. There you go. Is that good? Yeah? How's your paws? Do they need any cream? Are they cracking? No? From digging so much? Yeah, is it cold outside, eh? Your nose is cold. Wait, let me check the screen. I'm missing a lot of questions, bud. Oops, hold on. Wow, I missed like 30 questions. What's going on? You guys have to wait for me. It's all about Duke. I think we should change his name to King. He is the boss. We have to treat him good. Dahlia, it's stan.store/ my full name, Maurice Daher, and Lashley access there. What should we look for in digestive enzyme supplements brands? The one I've been using for the past 8 years goes by the brand Enzymatica. They actually have one of the highest levels of protease, lipase, and what happens is when a protease breaks it down, they have an added ATP to it. Duke, is your ears itchy? Here. There we go. Does that feel good? Should we take this off so you can relax your neck? There we go. That's pretty thick. Taken 9 days for my RBC magnesium test. Wow. They probably had to maybe ship it out somewhere to get it tested. What to do for itchy skin with some type of rash? So think of your skin as your biggest organ. So what activates your biggest organ? Obviously, you're consuming something that you're actually throwing it off balance. So the question is, what is it? You have to figure that out because you're eating something that is causing that, Karen. Most of the time, it's going to be hormonal foods. Damn, it's like pitch dark outside. It's only 7 p.m. What is choline and inositol good for, and is it good to take? For what? What's the point? Choline is mostly used for liver. It doesn't work unless you take very high levels. Inositol helps with cholesterol. There's no point. Is such thing as natural vitamin B supplement? Yeah, mostly found within livers. Livers contain a lot of vitamin B complex in it. How do we manage your stack and diet when on the road, away from home? Well, you know the diet, eating meat, you can go to any place and ask for 100% beef or lamb or whatever you can have access to and eat it without any fillers. Have you ever heard of acidophilus bifidus cures yeast infection? Yes, I heard. They used to actually give it to a lot of people back in the days, and some of them they still do, but you gotta take a very high dose. Do you like Tangat Ali? I've tried it, didn't really feel a whole lot from it. I don't know if you're using it for testosterone or for liver support. What's NMN good for? Anti-aging, and it's good for kidneys. And it's good to actually activate your NAD plus to get way more energy. I'm on it right now. I stopped for about a month. I was like super exhausted. By this time I'd be sleeping and yawning. It's good stuff. It actually activates your NAD plus. Duke is yawning, looks tired. He's out. He wants to. He'll be sleeping soon. Actually, when it's dark. What do you think of CMOS? I think it's a waste of money. And all the hype they talk about on influencers, they're just after your money. They actually make like 75% affiliate. Do you ever try Sistanchi? I haven't heard of that. I have to look into it to see what it is. NMN brand, I use the generic labs. I have it on my website. It comes directly from Australia. That's the one I use. I always buy about 3 months worth. Hi, any suggestion for AFib outside of a blood thinner, Eliquiz? Yeah, I did an ebook on how to fix AFib, atrial fibrillation, or any type of heart arrhythmia. Check it out. Any recommendation for child cold sore? Eat 3 apples. Feed them 3 apples within the hour, and give them 1 teaspoon of what the hell is that stuff called, Duke? Remember that stuff? Black berries, elderberry. There you go. That's the one. Remember? Relax. Take a nap. Let's take this off too. Why you have so many chains on? There you go. There you go. Now you look good. You gotta massage your neck so you can stimulate the thyroid. Did you get your taurine today? And magnesium? Yeah, you did. Any suggestion for clogged arteries? Oh, 100%. There's a lot of things for clogged arteries. I did a lot of YouTube series on clogged arteries. Please check it out. Go there and watch the videos. They're very, very crucial to watch, and they'll teach you everything. Buddy, what is your website? If you click on my top picture in the top left corner, you can actually access my website. Duke is better than most humans. You know, I believe if anybody's gonna get a dog, if you don't actually treat them and feed them like you do, then you should never buy one, because you know you're gonna actually put them through a lot of pain, a lot of issues. So stick to raw food with them, feed them what you eat, give them half of your food if you can afford. That's what I do most of the time, and this way let them live happily than to actually give them kibbles. Say hello, Duke. Today Duke had a 1 kilogram of chicken. Here. We feed ours chicken legs. Yeah, I made a deal with a farmer, so I get chicken necks and backs and shoulders and all that stuff, and he gives them to me like per box. So I buy a whole box and I take, it's usually 10 kilograms. So I fill up the 10 kilograms in 1 kilo bags, and that's what he gets daily, Duke, other than the stuff he eats with me, like the meat and the cheeses. What should we look for in a digestive enzyme? We've answered that. Priority is Duke. Get it? 100%. It has to be. You know, without him, I don't think I could have lasted here living in off a grid. He makes things, he takes off all the stress for you. Dahlia, I'm going to say it again for you. It's Stan, STAN dot store, STORE / my full name. How do you take berberine before food or after food, and what is the dose? I take the berberine with the food, 500 milligrams with resveratrol. Cistanche? I haven't heard of that, Skipman. I have to look into it. I'll have to check into it to see what it is. Duke, leave my shoes alone. Can you raise iron with low ferritin? Yes, you could. Duke, you're making a mess. Leave my shoes alone, please. Shoot, he had his water there. I stepped in it. Almost fell. Look, we got water all over the place. Give me a second, guys. Resveratrol and berberine, you can take them together, and they actually act as they prevent your lipids from oxidizing, and at the same time they actually increase your EPCs. Migraine and tension, drink coffee. Seriously, that's the best. Stop, Duke. You already dropped it on the ground. Stop. I'll take it away from you. We got water all over the floor. EPCs are endothelium progenitor cells. They actually fix your arteries. Cistanche has chemicals that act as antioxidant. I'll have to check into it and see what it's made out of or how it's actually produced. So many mixed messages on how much resveratrol to take and to skip another day, not every day. You know, all that stuff is bullshit. You know, take it one day in, one day out, all that stuff. All we're doing is we're getting the polyphenols from it and the antioxidant effect. As long as you're taking it correctly with some fatty food, enough fats of about 15 grams of food intake when you take your resveratrol, then you're good. And the one I take, the trans resveratrol, is actually, it does come mixed with MCT oil. and your body is capable of actually absorbing it correctly. That's why I like the Australian, the one I get it from Australia, because it has the proper amount and its proper mix as well too. Sorry guys, moving lost here, just cleaning the water up. And Duke keeps taking my napkin. As soon as I took your collar out, now you're giving me a hard time, aren't you, Duke? There you go. All the water is dry now. There we go. Made a mess. It's okay to take berberine with niacin. Yeah, you can do that. Shouldn't be an issue. How is magnesium glycinate? That's man-made. I would never touch it. It's, if you're only gonna use it to actually help you with the sleeping, but not to actually use it for saturating your cells. That's all it is. That's how you have to use the magnesium glycinate. It's better to actually use magnesium ionic chloride. That's the original magnesium, and that's the only way you can actually saturate your cells correctly. I'm not a huge fan of quinoa, and I would never really recommend it, to be honest with you. There is zero effect on the body other than what? Giving you a little bit of fiber, and fiber is a myth. How do you figure that people, you know, how a lot of people been on carnivore diet, they survive? I've been on carnivore diet for 10 years. I'll eat anything for fiber. Your body will still actually produce it from collagen. So quinoa, there's no point. There is nothing great about it. It's just a filler. Same with couscous and all that stuff. You know, it's probably, if you're struggling, Duke, if you're struggling, or you know that's the only thing you can afford, then yeah, it's fine, but not to actually survive off. Health food store people say magnesium binate passes the blood-brain barrier. So annoying. Oh, bisglycinate. That's some nice incorrect information they're sharing with everybody. You're not going outside at night. Is there any side effect on muscle relaxation? What do you mean muscle relaxation? Can you please kind of explain? What is your thoughts on chia seeds? Again, there's nothing great about chia seeds, guys. What's so great about chia seeds? There's no nutrient. There's nothing to actually support the body. Give me a second, guys. Duke, come here. Come and put this on if you want to go outside. Come. There's somebody outside. Here, come here. With me. Hurry up. Hurry. Okay, you're not going. Duke, you're not going outside at night. The bad girls are out there, then... Yeah, no kidding. Magnesium chelated bisglycinate. As a blood type A, should I reduce red meat? I eat 2 pounds of meat every day. I am a type A as well. What meats do you recommend? I eat flank steak. I eat a lot of ground. I eat a lot of top sirloin, tip sirloin. I don't really buy ribeyes or anything like that. Too expensive for nothing, because the way I look at it, meat is meat. You're still gonna get the same nutrient effect from either or. I eat a lot of lamb if I can get my hands on. The meat that I showed you guys, that's yak meat, is very lean as well, only has about 10% fat. Should you take both magnesium taurine and magnesium ionic if you can put both in water? Yes, you could. 100% you could. When you take magnesium ionic chloride and you mix taurine with it, then it becomes magnesium taurate. Beef liver is the most nutritionally dense food on the planet. Yes, somewhat. Somewhat, 100%. Duke, come and put this in if you want to go outside. Without it, you don't go outside. My husband does construction renovation. His muscle gets so tight to the point here's in pain he went. So you need to add magnesium and some D-ribose. What's your favorite vegetable? The only vegetable I eat is arugula. Yeah, you don't need muscle relaxing. You need more magnesium in your body. Muscle relaxing is not gonna do anything unless it has magnesium chloride that actually absorbs through the skin. Duke, come and put this on if you wanna go outside. Here. Come and put this on. You wanna go outside and bark? Come, put this on. Okay, no. How do you get vitamin C? I actually take vitamin C. And technically, if you're not gonna take proper vitamin C to your tolerance level, then you guys should never touch vitamin C. Vitamin C is always gonna come in ascorbic. You're not gonna get a whole lot from eating food and stuff. I still take vitamin C because even on carnivore diet, you know, we only get vitamin C only if we eat raw liver or certain cuts of meats, but we get very, very small amount. And due to my injury, I need the high levels of vitamin C. So I take, people are gonna question this, I take a tolerance level of vitamin C. My tolerance level of vitamin C is 9,000 milligrams a day. Let me open the door for Duke. He wants to go outside and bark a little bit. Okay, go. I'm not gonna go after you. Bark. There. I had a heart incident, a heart attack about 10 years ago. You know what that sound like when you tell Duke to put this on before we go out with the bad girls? 100%. He has to be protected. I like innate response vitamin C. Innate response vitamin. I take the liposomal of vitamin C, so they come in pouches like this. So every pouch has 1,000 milligrams, but this is liposomal. So liposomal is about 9 times more absorbable compared to your regular vitamin C powder. What was your diet like 10 years ago? I was vegan. I was a plant eater. The plants killed me at the end of the day. I destroyed my mitochondria. So 10 years ago when I had the issue, I dropped everything and I became carnivore. I haven't stopped then. Camo powder has one of the highest levels of vitamin C and most natural bioavailable. How do you feel about fruit? Thoughts on berries? Berries are good. I highly recommend berries. This year, I actually only had 1 cup of berries. That's all I was able to get. Some blueberries and huckleberries. And check this out. This is all I have for this year. For my grapes. Because I planted a grape tree, this is all I have. This is all I get. So this is all the fruit I'll eat for this year. Unless if I head to the city, I might maybe get like frozen berries. Maybe. Like once a week when I do my carb load. Keep in mind, guys, because I talk lots about carb loading. Nobody should be vegan. Nobody. It's a killer. There are all the grapes you have, you'd be a terrible Roman emperor. 100%. It's a small plant. I've only grown like 3. Is there benefits in taking coenzyme Q10? Yes. If you take coenzyme Q10, you're gonna take about 600 milligrams. If you take ubiquinol form of coenzyme Q10, you're gonna take 300 milligrams. Hi Maurice, my dad is Lebanese and I would get him off statin and aspirin. What's the first step? Statin, 25% reduction. And well, before you kind of get off statins, is he willing to change his diet? Does he have any oxidization in the lipids? It's not just about getting off a statin and following a good diet. There's stuff behind the back end you have to check into. That's a big change from vegan to pure to carnivore. 600 milligrams per day. 600 milligrams per day if you're taking coenzyme Q10 because it has a very small low absorption rate. If it is ubiquinol, you take 300 milligrams. So what's a typical day for you eating? Just meat and eggs? Yes. So I eat 2 of these. This is 1 pound of meat. I would eat this. And I would eat anywhere between 3 to 4 eggs per meal. That's my first meal and my second meal. Sometimes on my second meal, if I had any cucumbers left, whatever in the summertime, I would consume. That's about it. But that's all my diet. Sometimes I would buy Imported cheeses, like soft cheese or hard cheeses or Gouda, anything that is aged. How do you recommend reaching the RDA 4700 milligram potassium? You will never hit that potassium level. RBC, your magnesium will actually level off your potassium. And there's a lot of potassium in meat too. How come I can't see some of the comments? Weird. Jandra, you gotta keep in mind, I'm running YouTube and I'm running TikTok. So on TikTok, I'm getting like one question after the other. So you guys can't really see the questions or the comments, and that's how I'm actually answering a lot of these questions from. Do you think calorie intake matters? Calories in, calories out is bullshit if you're following a carnivore diet. If you're following like a standard American diet or ketogenic, then I would actually look into that. Count a little bit. But if you're following a carnivore, there's no point because you're almost mimicking fasting. Coconut water is a big on potassium. It is if you can get it fresh, not bottled. Do you eat any fruits? I don't. Like I said, this is the only fruit I have this year so far. This is my grape for this year. Oops, and I dropped it. Maybe wasn't meant to eat it. That's for my carb load for tomorrow, for Saturday. Is there a way to reverse or damage enlarged prostate? There is a way, yeah, 100%. I deleted TikTok from my phone. How to claim your discount? Why do you think that the Australian product is the best? It does not have any fillers. And I've tested a lot of companies out there. Quality over quantity. It's not so much about the cost. Look at the quality and what it does. Do you ever do any carbs? I do carb load once a week. That's when I eat my carbs. Once a week. That's it. What are your thoughts on turmeric? It does work for some people and some people it doesn't. What do you eat, Maurice? I eat meat and eggs. Do you put any vegetables with the meat, and how do you cook the meat? I barely cook it. Probably I cook the whole pound. Probably takes me about 10 seconds to cook the whole thing, and that's it. I don't put any veggies. No, just strictly meat, eggs, maybe some cheeses. When do you eat carbs load? Every Saturday night. Or be once a week. Share your carbs, please. My carbs could be sweet potato, could be white rice, could be fruits. So it'll be a carb load with no meats because I don't eat meat and carbs together, so I don't actually cause digestive issues or even glycation issues. The whole day carb that day or just a bit? Just last meal, Stephanie. Last meal will be just strictly carbohydrates, no protein. Sorry, I meant, what do you eat when you do carb load? Yeah, rice, white rice, sweet potatoes, maybe pumpkin, some fruits. That's about it. What basically you eat it raw? I eat it raw. Yeah, I eat the meat raw. I don't actually denature the protein. You know the difference between denaturing the protein and not denaturing the protein, right? Last time I saw you eating white rice. Last time. Yeah, well, I'll probably eat white rice, or maybe I can take white rice. I was thinking of doing this. I'm gonna take white rice, do like a full cup of white rice, put like 2 spoons of 100% cacao, and put maybe like half a cup of coconut cream, and maybe 2 tablespoons of honey. Blend it all together and put it in the freezer. Make my little ice cream rice ice cream. Didn't cause cancer, raw meat? No, it doesn't cause cancer. I don't know where you get that idea from. Pasta bread ever? Haven't had pasta bread for like probably 10 plus years. They just sent me the wrong product. I clicked from your site, berberine, resveratrol, and took me to NAD, and they sent it to me, NMN. It's okay you can take NMN, NAD+. It will activate your NAD+, which is awesome. 61 male dairy living my whole life. I had to stop one food tomorrow. What should it be? Processed food. Anything processed, eliminate. Stick to a single ingredient. Sure, you probably sit on the couch Saturday night and 3 pints and Ben & Jerry's. Oh man, that would be great. I haven't had ice cream for like almost 6 months. I want to make my own ice cream actually tomorrow with rice, white rice. Seriously, I don't eat anything from outside. Anything processed, like when you actually guys Guys, when you look at the damn ingredients, like some of these ingredients they have in there, natural flavors and a whole bunch of other crap in there, you know how sick that stuff is gonna get you and how much is gonna cause issues in your body and oxidization of your lipids. Dr. Maurice, is Cavex test still done? Cannot find any doctors in Texas that have patients taking it. Where can I find a doctor in Texas? You're not going to find a doctor in Texas. It's only available, shipped directly from Australia to you. And if you have any issues or questions or concerns, you're going to end up dealing with me. No doctors are aware of it. None of them, they know about it because they are all clueless, to be honest with you. What do you think about poultry? I haven't had chicken for more than 10 years because I cannot find pasture raised in Canada for chicken where I'm at. Your opinion on fish? The problem is with fish, people overcook it and they destroy the omega-3. Is it good to take vitamin K2 for heart health? Yeah, if you're going to be taking 10,000 micrograms a day. Sorry, what was the name of the vitamin C that you take? It's liposomal. Vitamin C I take. Karagigan is now an all ice cream disgusting. It is. It is. It's insane. They want to kill people while they're enjoying their ice cream. Do you think getting full gene DNA test done is worth it? It's a waste of money, Dave. Is meat and eggs good for high blood pressure? Oh, 100% it is. 100% it is. Sorry, what was the name of the vitamin C? Live On Labs. Check out Live On Labs that actually make the vitamin C. So doctors can't make money off of it. They can't, no. They want you to stay sick. If you're sick, they make money off you. If they know the cure and they give it to you, then you're a lost customer. If you're a lost customer, these guys are never gonna actually go on vacation. Stephanie, thanks so much for the sunglasses. Let's put them on. What part of Canada are you in? I'm in BC right now, British Columbia. I have pasture raised here in Niagara, Ontario, Canada, chickens, turkeys, beef. You should send me some. I should actually start growing my own turkey next year, or maybe catch me a couple wild turkeys. If you're working out vigorously 7 days a week, would I increase the carb load eating like you? Yes, 100%. You would actually do it every 4 days and you rotate. It's Maurice 20, my discount code, Dahlia. High dose of vitamin C liposomal is also good for gout attacks, correct? Yes, 100%. If your Duke would catch all the wild turkeys, oh, trust me, last year he went after a couple. I had to catch him, and they would never come back. This year they never came. I don't know why, maybe because Duke is around and he's much bigger and he's much scarier. I would love. There was one farmer last year was selling chickens when they're like their end term. I would love to get him a chicken, put it in the in here, and let him go chase it to see if he'll actually eat it or not. Because next year when I get chickens, I want to see what he's gonna do. On carb day, do you eat any meats and eggs? My first meal would be the normal eggs and meat. My last meal would be just strictly carbohydrates. Let's see Duke. Duke is outside. I need a flashlight. He went outside to get some fresh air because he knew I was ignoring him. Hold on, let me get my flashlight. It's pretty dark. Can't even see anything outside. Hold on. There we go. Duke, you want to come in or you want to stay outside? Want to stay outside? Yeah, he's outside. We'll wait till he comes in, then I can show you guys. Duke, it's too dark. I'm not gonna be able to see him. He made a mess. We got water all over the place here. What do you think about avocado oil? I think avocado oil is bullshit. You know, when avocado oil first came out, it was actually really good. And what happened is the demand became so high that the companies couldn't keep up, so they actually had to cheat. So they start to actually mix other oils with avocado. And about 3 years ago, a lot of these companies, stopped giving out their certificate of analysis. So just by them doing that, you'll figure there's something going on. So I would never touch avocado oil in my life. The only oil I would touch would be olive oil, but still, once you open up your olive oil, you have roughly less than 30 days to utilize it before it oxidizes because it still has omega-6, about 20%. So that 20% could actually oxidize within under 30 days. Is there anything outside that could attack Duke? No, I have a fence. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. And I have a fence. The only thing is that worries me is when you get these little freaking white lions, whatever they call them. They come out in the winter time. What about coconut oil? Coconut oil is good. Can I eat fruits after meal or do I have to wait? So there's two things. When you eat fruit after you finish your meat, there's a possibility it could cause a coagulation effect. Now, if you must, I would take a supplement such as vitamin B1, benfotiamine, or carnosine. They actually prevent coagulation. But if you wait about 20 minutes, so let's say you finish your food, you finish the meat, you're doing the dishes, you're done, then you sit down and eat your fruits, then that's ideal. 20 minutes in between would be good. What is the better, trace mineral drops or ionic magnesium? Well, ionic magnesium drops, they actually contain all the trace minerals you require. I didn't know about that with olive oil. Never liked the taste of avocado. Did you say white lions? Yeah, I think they're called white lions. They're very similar, like what the hell? I don't know. They call them white lions here, but they're like what do you call them? Can't remember the name now. What causes palpitation after eating, especially big meals? Oh, see, imagine this, all the blood is rushing to your gut to actually break down and emulsify and break down the food. So if your heart is already deficient in magnesium, then you're gonna actually get the palpitation effect. Avocado oil tastes rancid oil. Cooked developing pain. Yeah, 100%. It's already rancid in the bottle. I tell this to everybody. Any type of seed oils in the bottle, they're already rancid, and people have no clue about it. Seriously, you guys should never really touch any oils whatsoever unless you have to. The only one I would say maybe olive oil if you want to top it off on some salads or maybe your raw meat, but that's about it. Could it be esophagus palpitation? Still, the esophagus palpitation is all kind of in the same boat of deficiency in magnesium. Too much contraction, not enough relaxation. And sometimes that's, if you can actually feel your palpitation and hear your heart, that's usually a potassium deficiency. What helps get rid of belly fat? Carbohydrates. Yes, I would actually, as much as possible, you need to avoid omega-6 at all costs. We actually consume enough omega-6 in our diet that we don't need to add more and more and more of it. How can I reach you, doctor, via email or phone, where I can get this info? If you go to my main website, Happy Times, you can actually book a time or you can access my website. So the website is stan.store/ my full name, Maurice Daher. Maurice Daher, that's it. Stan.store/ Maurice Daher. MCT oil all day? Yeah, I take about 5 to 7 tablespoons of MCT oil. How about ghee for cooking? Excellent. 100% excellent. Ghee, butter, tallow, duck fat, all that stuff is excellent. If olive oil oxidizes, is there a way to tell or just used for 30 days once open? Once opened, use 30 days. Because what happened is either way, we don't know how the source is like. Your polyunsaturated fats and olive oil could be already oxidized. Do you eat only twice a day? I do, yes. So olive oil homemade brought from Europe would have to be consumed in 30 days. That's different now. The homemade one that you're actually making, if it's still in a raw green format, that's a little bit different than actually having the one bought from stores or imported because they add certain chemicals to it to actually prevent it from actually breaking. So there's two different kinds. So the homemade would actually last longer. But I always tell this to everybody. Whenever you're buying a bottle, buy the bottle that actually has an opening in the bottom and flip it upside down where you have a little opener in the bottom so the oxygen flows to the top. It does not mix and it's actually in a dark container. Yes, it is a green color. Yeah, the green color is good. But not a lot of people have access to that stuff, Sarah. Check on Duke. He's really barking loud. Oh yeah, he is. He loves it. I think he wants to come in. He's knocking on the door. Let's see what he wants. Come on in, my friend. You're done. That's it. No more going outside. Up in the bed. Up, up. Yeah. Sit down. People wants to see you. There, he's back. There's Duke. You guys can talk to him. I can take a break. There you go. He sleeps on that end. I sleep in the corner there. And he comes and sleeps on me at night. And he's heavy. Do you have neighbors close by? Yeah, they're actually out of town right now. I do. I have a neighbor on this side. On the left side, he has 2 kids. Amazing person, nice young person. And I have a neighbor on the other side, but she's a Karen. And yeah, I did used to have a good neighbor, but he sold, and we end up having a Karen that she bought. But I don't see her. She's all the way in the bottom. I'm all the way in the top. Perfect balance. What olive oil do you recommend for cooking? I don't recommend any olive oil for cooking. None. Cooking, you should use, always use saturated fats for cooking. Much more stable. And you can actually have much higher burning point, smoke point. Duke, you gonna say hi or you're done? You're done? Okay. I think Duke is done. I'll take his collar off. Okay, I'll stay for another 15 minutes, guys. I tried ghee for cooking, but I don't like the taste of butter. Yeah, ghee has like a specific, almost like a nutty flavor. Not a lot of people actually enjoy it. I don't use it much at all. I use beef tallow, duck fat. I use a lot of MCT oil. I like clean source fats, just so I can actually be in ketosis instantly. What brand? If you are in California, see, whenever you're buying, guys, whenever you're buying olive oil, see if you can find it within a local area. So let's say if you are in the US, you can get your, let's say, olive oil from California. A lot of these places are closed. Don't buy olive oil like coming from overseas, because the importation from overseas to the US or to Canada is already going to be oxidized in the container from the different temperature changes. Can MCT be heated? Yes, it can handle up to 450 Fahrenheit. Beef tallow is good. Natural skin cream, 100%. 100%. I love ghee. I buy unsalted butter from Costco and I make my own. Perfect. Yeah, that's another way to do it. Clean source. Does the carb load day knock you out of ketosis? Just for the night. In the morning, I'm back in 100% ketosis. And if I'm not back into 100% ketosis by the next day at 18 hour, I'll wait till I actually pass the 24-hour period. What sugars do you recommend after hard exercise? Dextrose. You want as pure glucose, yeah, as pure glucose as possible. No fructose. You don't want to take fructose and let it convert to glucose. It's going to actually tire your body out and you're not going to recover correctly. Dextrose. And I know dextrose is made from corn, but the problem is there's 0 traces of corn. I've checked their certificate of analysis. Does carnivore affect hormones? If it's not done correctly, yes. And but I mean, if it's not done correctly, that means you should actually have certain organs in your food, certain fish, certain cheeses, and if you actually do what is called the carb load, roughly about 33% of the population don't know this, but they end up getting hormonal imbalances because they actually thrive on a little bit of carbohydrates, but they're not introducing it. So that's why you have certain doctors that actually went full carnivore, and after a couple of years, they want to start adding carbs again because they threw off all their hormonal levels out of chart. What sugary foods would you recommend after hard exercise? Gatorade? No, I don't recommend anything from outside. It would be more making your own. You can take your ionic chloride magnesium, add a little bit of dextrose to it, some leucine, maybe 10 grams of whey protein if you want, and that would be ideal. That's it. What do you eat for carb load? It could be white rice, sweet potato, pumpkin, grapes, could be a couple apples, whatever I can get my hands on that actually does create a very fast and very intense insulin spike and back to normal within 4 hours. So I never do like complex carbs. Thank you, doctor, very much for your information and your time. May God bless you. There should be more people like you so everyone could be healthy and informed. Take care, my friend. Cheers. Happy times. Thanks so much for the comment. Really appreciate it. How is soy as a source of protein? Plant-based is not a complete protein. If anything, you're gonna become more estrogenic. My keto carnivore ended in a colonoscopy. Diverticulitis started keto vegan. Do you have recommendation for lower back pain other than maybe magnesium spray or gel? What do you think caused your heart issue? Diet, stress, environment? When I actually had the heart issue and I did what is called the status of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, I was completely deficient in all amino acids across the board. I was deficient across all the vitamins on the board. And there's a test, specific test, it's called a mitochondria test. If your mitochondria test drops below 20, you're expected to have a heart attack. And mine was actually at 12% at that time. So technically, I'm on the edge of dying. And that's why I end up having a heart attack. I end up having multiple arteries being blocked and calcified. Do you have recommendations for lower back? Try nano curcumin for your lower back. There you go. Thanks so much for sharing that. Maurice 20 does not exist. What are you trying to buy? What do you recommend for bowel movement? You want your bowels to move? You can take magnesium citrate. You need to share your story being a vegan and heart attack. I did. I had one influencer. He actually interviewed me for like an hour, I think, and I'm writing a book. I just haven't finished it. My little heart attack story with how to cure heart disease. Just look so young for that stuff to have happened. Yeah, it happened in my early 30s. What to look for a good MCT oil? Go to my website. I have one of the best MCT oil listed on my website. It has to be in a C8 format. D-ribose would help the mitochondria function and increase test number results 100%. D-ribose is the backbone of your mitochondria, especially when you mix it with creatine. Can we see that interview? They have it posted on their YouTube channel. You have to actually go to... that was like done a while ago. You have to go on Google and type in my name, and I think it'll come up on like your 10th link or something. Hydrogen water is bullshit. Just get clustered water. Clustered water comes from fruits, plants. If you take a cup of water and you put it in the sun, it will actually come, it turns into what is called easy water, clustered water. What do you feed Duke? I meal prep for my doggo, beef heart, chicken heart, and liver, oat, cod liver. No, you're doing the right thing. Beef heart is excellent, chicken heart and liver. I feed him whole chicken, chicken livers and heart. He eats yak meat with me, some cheeses once in a while. He does not like fish. But I don't know why the hell you're putting oats for. What's the idea behind that? Yeah, my dad had washboards, abs, worked out every day, died of a heart attack of 65. And did you know, Stephanie, a lot of the people like bodybuilders, a lot of people that exercise and watch what they eat and don't smoke and don't drink, they end up having early heart attack because we actually overutilize magnesium and we never really fulfill the missing gaps. See, magnesium is the most important missing gap. That's why a lot of people have heart disease. Never heard of that kind of water. Now I'm very curious. So many push the hydrogen water. Hydrogen water is bullshit. All you gotta do is take a cup of water, seriously, put it in the sun for 10 minutes, it becomes easy water. Clustered water. That's all it is. That's all you have to do. People on anti-statin usually die heart attack early, 100%. 100%. Yeah, good. Thank you. I don't know. It was in a meatloaf prep I bought before. Yeah, don't feed your dog oats. Also for horses, not for a human or dogs. What do you mean magnesium is a missing gap? Yes, magnesium. So I had lots of patients asking me, what do you do or what do you give kids to prevent them from having heart attacks or heart disease in the near future? There's three vitamins I would give them: vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium. The only reason is, what causes heart disease, or what causes heart attacks, or what causes arterial calcifications, or what causes plaque, is a blood flow, is irregular blood flow, such as high blood pressure. So imagine your arteries are like a water hose where you have a lot of pressure going through them, and sometimes not enough pressure. You know how the hose, gets very, very, very tough, and sometimes it shrinks based on the weather, like the sun and the cold. So same thing happens with our arteries. That's called contraction and relaxation. The moment we lose magnesium, we have too much contraction, not enough relaxation, and that's when we end up having a lesion in the artery. So if you actually have enough vitamin C, enough vitamin D, enough magnesium, that lesion will never be created. That means that heart disease will never happen. That means even if you have hypertensive or hypertension of blood pressure, it will never cause injuries to your arteries. So that's why almost about 40% of my patients, they are in hypertension mode, where they have blood pressure 160 over 100 or 110, but yet they have zero calcification, zero arterial damage. Why? Because their RBC magnesium is above 6 milligrams per deciliter. Do you exercise? What type weights hit cardio? I only do resistant bands, and I only do heavy weights, and I only do like a handful of reps or sets, like sometimes one set, but heavy repetition, and that's it. Probably about 3 times a week. That's all your body requires. You don't need much. Alkaline magnesium bicarbonate is excellent. I just have to find out how much elemental is in it. 100%. Wake up and have a glass of water, then take a drop of blood under microscope, then take hydrogen and take test. It works. Temporary. It's like almost drinking easy water or mineralized water. Hydrogen, we've been up for about 8 years. When they first came up with the machine, uh, they charged me $6,000 for it because I was part of a biohacking system. They sold it to me for $6,000 to make 1 cup every 20 minutes. I end up learning exactly how it's actually made, and I think that was the biggest ripoff ever. Now you can actually buy a hydrogen machine for like under $100. Vitamin magnesium, you need a steady supply of magnesium. You need to actually hit 6 milligrams per deciliter. Vitamin D, you should be at 80 nanograms per deciliter, and vitamin C, you need to be at least 2 nanograms per deciliter or higher. Yes, magnesium is listed. Vitamin D, vitamin C, I don't have them listed. Regular magnesium or certain magnesium for heart disease. Magnesium ionic chloride. Do you guys know exactly how magnesium works? In every magnesium, there's what is called magnesium elemental. So whenever you actually buy like magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, althreonate, all that stuff, they only have about 12% of elemental. So you will never fix your deficiency. Magnesium ionic chloride, on the other hand, has about 65% elemental, and that's the only reason I recommend it, because it has the highest level of absorption. And magnesium ionic chloride is actually what is found in our food and our drinking water. So it's not man-made. So that's why your body is capable of absorbing most of it. Good night. Thank you for your info, Tony. Cheers, Tony. Have a nice evening. How much vitamin B3 to lessen cholesterol? 500 milligrams, maximum 1,000. You need the one that actually causes a flush effect. My full thyroid labs is excellent, but I have thyroid nodule 1 centimeter, ThyRAS 5, highly suspicious for C. Which foods are highest in magnesium? You will never be able to fulfill your diet with enough magnesium. You need to supplement. How does one become a patient of yours? They actually book an appointment, Stephanie. Um, they all can, if you go to my website, if you go to my link in the top left corner, there's a website. If you go to it, you can see everything on there and how to actually, when you become a patient, it's all based on consultations. I don't do like a monthly charge or nothing like that. Is it okay to take niacin for life? Yes, 100%. And I would cycle it. Keep in mind, niacin has an 84-year-old history that has been used for cholesterol, and the pharmaceutical been trying to shut it down for the past 62 years. They want to send me for thyroidectomy. What can I do? Why do you want to go for thyroidectomy? So you can actually spread the cancer if there's issues or nodules? Check your diet. How to know what probiotics, prebiotics to take? Just make your own kefir. Niacin oxide is good for high blood pressure. Niacin oxide? You mean magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is usually used for diarrhea issue, not for high blood pressure. If you enjoy red wine, how much magnesium to supplement? No matter what, you still have to give your body steady supply of magnesium. How to cycle niacin? Every 90 days, get off for 7 days. Chlorella is not bad to actually rejuvenate and increase oxygen at the cellular level once a day. Hey, Sahar. High blood pressure in young people, how to treat? It's a diet. It's a freaking diet that's causing high blood pressure in young kids. You're actually, if they're being fed a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of simple sugars, you're probably already depleting their magnesium. You're already starting to kind of cause heart disease at very young age. Looking rested? Maybe. Thank you. What is good vitamin for the heart? Good vitamin for the heart? Nitric oxide. Can high vitamin D affect hormones? Yes, but what is high? Technically, an average person requires 80 nanograms per deciliter. Keep in mind, vitamin D is actually a hormone. It's not a vitamin. 250 milligrams magnesium oxide enough? I would throw that away in the garbage. And you should only use magnesium oxide only if you have a diarrhea effect or soft stool effect. That's it. It's not going to actually fulfill any missing gaps in magnesium. Nitric oxide, Maurice 20. Oh, nitric oxide, there's no code. It's automatically, my practitioner code is already attached within the link. I was taking a lot of vitamin D and got cancer. Depends how much vitamin D you're taking. So what causes cancer is coagulation. And only vitamin D becomes toxic only if it reaches above the 140 nanograms per deciliter. Is vaccines bad for you? I would never touch anything to do with vaccination. If you cannot eat what they give you vaccine with, why would you actually put it in your body? Is it true that biopsies help the C cells spread once the tumor border has been broken? Oh, 100%. So imagine there's a cancer cells that actually have everything accumulated and blocked, and yet your freaking doctor comes and pokes it in a needle, causes a leakage. Now you're spreading the cancer all over the place. Can you list top 5 vitamins for women over 50 to take every day? Nitric oxide, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D, and tyrosine. Sorry, my first text is nitrate oxide instead of niacin oxide. Yes, not nitrate oxide, it's just a nitrate. Nitrate will convert to nitric oxide. Can't remember what was your question in regards to nitric oxide. Yeah, it is good for high blood pressure because it vasodilates your arteries while you're fixing your root cause. My vitamin Z went up to 200. It took 7,500 per day. Ouch. My vitamin D went up to 200. Yeah, that's a bit high, Dahlia. You said that on your feed, the 3 vitamins. I did. Magnesium deficiency creates many illnesses. 100%. Magnesium taurate has been working well for me, 2,000 milligrams per day. But you're never fixing your magnesium deficiency. Which magnesium for women? Magnesium ionic chloride. Can you produce nitric oxide from breathing exercise? Yeah, 6 seconds. So what happened to the rest of the day? Are you going to be doing a breathing exercise every 6 seconds so you can continue producing that nitric oxide? Can you produce nitric oxide from breathing? You can produce nitric oxide from breathing. You can produce nitric oxide when you hum. You can produce nitric oxide when you ground. You can produce nitric oxide from certain foods. But the problem is it only lasts about 6 seconds. That's why I liked one of the patent formula they made, because it activates nitrate in your body for 8 hours, and every time your body requires nitric oxide, it will actually give you the nitric oxide you require. Do you still believe in Cavex? I'm doing Cavex for a whole year, and I have 127 patients right now doing Cavex. I'm waiting till we pass the 90 days so we can do another CCTA scans and give you guys and share the information with everybody. I started with 12 patients, now I have 127 doing Cavex. If you need help with that, book a time, let's talk about it. So you need to supplement. Yeah, no matter what, you need to supplement, because once you hit over the age of 40, your body can't produce it as well anymore. What's that for? It reverses calcifications and soft plaque. Awesome, thank you. Can yellow stool mean problems in liver or colon? It's liver issue. And are they floating? If they're floating, your body's not actually breaking down the fats correctly. Thank you for your time and answering questions. Is there Duke Toy Fund? Yes, Tony. Everybody that actually gives a donation or anything like that, it all goes towards Duke. So every time I get a donation, I do actually buy Duke more raw food and stuff, and I do actually post it up. So I did have one person yesterday. 2 days ago, she actually did a donation of $20. So I end up picking this up for Duke yesterday, and I want to say a big thank you. So we got a huge bag of duck treats for Duke, so he's loving the stuff. So today we just opened up the bag, and he loves it. He actually paid attention so much when we went for a walk with no leash first time, and he actually stayed with me the whole time, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, anything you guys do donate, it goes towards Duke, and whatever you guys donate, whatever I could buy for Duke, I will always send a big thank you. Yeah, your body could be responding very high to vitamin D. That's why, Dahlia. So milk thistle to support liver. I like your cross necklace. Thank you, Naili. Milk thistle is good, and if you want something good for the liver, this would be good. Alpha lipoic acid. Does D-ribose and creatine need cycling? No, they don't. What is the Cavex doing for you? Well, I'm not gonna share what it's doing for me right now. It's been putting me in a good mood. But to me, due to my issue that happened 10 years ago, I'm trying to reverse it. So that's why I'm doing the Cavex. So I'm taking it every day. I'm gonna be taking it every day for a whole year. So I have a whole year supply I bought. I invested a lot of money into this to test it out for you guys, seriously. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. Are there any tests to know if you will benefit from Cavex? Yeah, CCTA scan or CAC score. That will give you what is called the calcification score or calcification and soft plaque score, and based on that, we can actually track it. So we can do one when you start and one after you're done, so we can see how much we removed. Hi, Mo, can I continue raw beef, raw eggs if organic and pasture raised? Any concern? There's no concern. Yeah. Raw beef, raw eggs, if they are pasture raised, 100%, yes. And we're talking only a raw yolk. Reversed Hashimoto's by changing diet, but my suspicious nodule didn't shrink and did not grow. Things take time, Salam. Things take time. It doesn't just happen overnight. What about peripheral neuropathy in my feet? Sharp pain, pins and needles, burning sensation. That's fixable. Rick, take 3 grams of acetyl L-carnitine. Probably takes about 3 weeks to start to feel better. 4 cancers healed with magnesium bicarbonate. Cheers for that, and thanks so much for sharing. Magnesium is the ultimate product that everybody should have. Everybody should have. I need to sit down. I'm tired now. Yes, raw yolk only. Perfect. I'm gonna sit. Cavex is not for old grouches like with pension, 850 a month. It is an expensive product, don't get me wrong. It is a very expensive product. Is it bad to boil eggs? No, you can boil eggs. Just make sure you're doing like a 5 or a 6 minute boiling. So this way you can make sure the egg yolk is in contact and it's still raw. Would be ideal. Acetyl what for peripheral neuropathy? Acetyl L-carnitine. I got foot cramps. That's magnesium deficiency. This is how I take my magnesium. So there's your cup. We're gonna put some water in it. Do you have any wife, kids? None. I have a kid, but it's overseas. Hold on, guys. Let me just get some water. Yeah, you guys don't know my real story. I haven't really shared it with you guys. But yeah, I do have a little boy. He's about 12 years old. He lives overseas with his mom. They don't want to come to Canada, which just kind of sucks. So that's where it's at. Haven't seen him since 2000, and it's been more than 10 years actually. He's in Lebanon, where all the issues are happening. So, anyways, no worries. So there's your cup of water. There's your ionic chloride magnesium. Okay, guys. So what we have to do is you put roughly about 40 drops. I'm just gonna guess. So I think that's about 40 drops, right? B7 biotin is good for the hair. And there's your taurine. Now you can either mix taurine with the water or you can take it. Now, do you guys know why we take taurine? Because taurine will actually allow your cells to open up and allow more magnesium to be saturated correctly. See, without taurine, or let's say vitamin B6 or apple cider vinegar, or I know because not a lot of people can actually handle taurine. What else is there? Vitamin D. All this stuff will actually allow more magnesium to get to the cellular levels. I'm half Lebanese. Hey, Stephanie. So let's take some taurine. This is about 3,000 milligrams. I've been in Canada since '89. Then I went back home in about 2010. And I ended up opening my own gym facility and I got married. And things didn't work out. I had to leave Lebanon. Came back here in 2013 and my son was born. I went back in 2015 to visit my son and I came back. So I haven't seen him since 2015. I went back to Lebanon to open up my own gym facility there. I had it for about 2 years and I was doing a lot of bodybuilding competition. Training athletes, how to compete in bodybuilding so I can actually promote them to come to Canada and to the US to they compete. But due to the economy and stuff, it didn't really work out very well. So when I came back here, I got into a lot more into nutrition and stuff. But when I came back here, I ended up experiencing the heart issue. So the heart issue could be related to me being vegan, or could be related to me, leaving, family behind, or stress. And the only reason I kind of became vegan is because the doctor, because I used to believe in freaking doctors lots, the doctor said, hey, cholesterol runs in the family, so let's put you on statins. So I was on and off statins of Crestor, anywhere between 20 to 40 milligrams on and off, probably 5-6 years prior to the heart attack. So I was vegan, eating a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits. I was constantly bloated, constantly tired, constantly grazing like a cow, because that's what we do as vegans. We're never really satisfied or satiated, so we're constantly grazing, and that actually puts a lot of stress on your pancreas. And I was constantly in a brain fog, a lot of pain, a lot of constipation. And when I came back, when I went and saw my son, came back a week later, ended up having the heart attack. That's nice, nice of you to say, warrior. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Keep it up. Just don't share it with us, please. So when I had the issue, it's funny. That's how I feel now. Tired. I'm mostly vegan. Expected I eat eggs every day. No point of being vegan, because it's never gonna really fix you up or do anything for you. It's gonna get things worse, and you're gonna stay tired and exhausted and all that stuff. So when I had the issue, came back home for 3 days. I naturally fasted. Never really fasted in my life. Never even knew much about fasting. Fasted for 3 days, and the first thing I ate was a ribeye steak. So every day I would eat 2 ribeye steaks, and that's how I went from eating 6, 7 times a day to only eating once or sometimes twice a day, and that's it. And I stuck to it, and I just ate meat, and I ended up losing about 30 pounds as well too. And that's it. I'll never go back. And everybody has things against meat. They said, when you actually eat meat, you can have cancer, you can have more heart attacks, you can have more issues. I think that's all bullshit. And I think that's all bullshit about meat causing this and that. You just have to know the quality, not the quantity. What's the white powder you had with your water? Oh, that was creatine. I had taurine with my magnesium, and I had creatine. The quality of the meat matters 100%. 100%. I've been eating yak meat, the one I showed you guys, for the past 7 years now. I get it directly from the farmer. I buy close anywhere between 200 to 400 pounds of meat, and that's all I get from him directly. Do you cook your meat? I actually went raw for almost 4.5 years straight, eating raw meat, and right now I kind of do about 80% raw, give or take about 10 to 20% cooked, which is not bad. Do you sell products? I don't sell nothing. I just, the products that I actually put on my website, the only reason I put them there is just to kind of give you guys guidance and what I use for supplement, but I do not sell my own products. And I will never get into making my own products because it's too expensive and I won't be able to kind of keep up with the demand probably. Found beef from Argentina. Thoughts? Oh, the beef from Argentina is actually good. I tried it sometimes. They are grass-fed, grass-finished, and you can tell the fat is like super orangey yellowish color. What did raw meat taste like? Sweet. I keep it like see this meat here right now. I'm gonna be eating this raw. So this has been room temperature since this morning. So usually I put it room temperature for about 24 hours because it enhances the flavor. Maurice, why don't you offer school for so many sessions until we graduate and receive certificates? How can I do that? I have no clue how to start this. I should maybe look into it. I think I've been told by a lot of people to actually do some kind of school or certificate so people can actually graduate in it. I should maybe look into it. Is it still better to be carnivore even if eating low quality meats? If you're gonna eat low quality meats, try to actually not to consume the fats. Try to go as lean as possible. Ionic magnesium is available on it is available on the website, Dahlia. Yes. Now brand makes an acetyl L-carnitine that I buy from Amazon, 25 grams powder. Good price, hopefully, Latro. I was told raw meat contains parasite. Isn't that not true? No, it's incorrect. And your body has strong enough acidity to destroy if there is any type of parasites in the meat. We're just assuming. But once the meat is frozen for more than 3 days, there should be no issues with parasites or anything like that. So there's no, I ate it for 4 years straight. I still eat it raw. There is the meat that you guys saw in room temperature. I keep it there, all day long till the next day, and I would eat it. It tastes fine. If you want to actually enhance the flavor, put a little bit of olive oil, some Himalayan salt, maybe a little bit of cayenne. If you like to use herbs, I don't really like any. The only herbs I use is wild oregano that I pick them from the land, and that's all I use. Now brands offer taurine. I have 1000 milligrams caps, 1 gram. You need at least 3 grams. See if, yeah, you need at least 3 grams. See if you can buy it in powder form. I love Lebanese food, the shawarma. Cheers to that. Haven't had it for a long time. Haven't had bread for a long time. Does lightly searing meat preserve nutrients? Yes, as long as you're searing the outside, 100%. I'm in BC. Can have recently been studying indigenous permaculture, planting forest gardens. That's awesome. What about in BC? You should come by and say hi when I finish my tiny house. Can I heal mild myocarditis? Any tips, please? Yes, you could, 100%. Start with magnesium as your first initial start, and nitrate supplement. That's a huge difference between a Greek and Italian oregano. There's a huge difference. So you tell me which one is this then? So usually I pick them from the land here. So I only pick the flower buds and stuff. So this is it. So they're all dried and red because these have the highest antioxidants in them lateral. So it is oregano. I don't know if it's Italian or Greek, but it grows wild here actually. I don't know if you guys can see it. It grows wild. So you're in Vancouver. I'm okay. You're about like 12 hours away from me. What are your thoughts on cured meats? Yeah, cured meats are not bad. The only thing is, it depends who's making the cured meals. Sometimes they use regular salt. I wish they would use like Himalayan salt instead. Can you have lemon water if you have reflux? Acid reflux, lemon water. It's more of you want more acid. Do you have apple cider vinegar? I would use lemon water and put like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and sip on it slowly. Can't tell, Maurice. Flavor. Oh, it's only by flavor. Okay. I thought you could tell by the way it's grown and stuff. What are your thoughts on berberine? Berberine, I like it because it is a polyphenol. At the same time, it makes you insulin. Just people have to be patient. It doesn't just happen overnight. Also, a huge difference in basil, Thai or Vietnamese. Vietnamese has a lemon flavor. Oh, that's interesting. There's a lot of good thing out there with herbs and stuff if you know how to utilize them. Do you turn Wi-Fi off when sleeping? Yes, I do. 100%. Everything is off. No power, nothing. That's why when I built the tiny house, I didn't put any wiring or anything through the walls. And now, in a way, I regret not doing it because I have no light. But in a way, it's good when I finish it and put my wood stove so I can start sleeping in a tiny house. There's no power under or in the walls or nothing. So it'll be like perfectly done, perfectly done. Like here, in the trailer, there is some wiring, so I have it covered with a silver sheet. Thoughts on 100 grass-fed beef dried jerky? Yeah, dried beef jerky should be fine if it's grass-fed. Perfect. Just make sure, it's all about the sodium, whether they actually use sodium or sea salt for the dried beef. What supplements are best for chronic fatigue? D-ribose and magnesium. Does berberine need cycling? Yeah, 45 days on, 5 days off, or else it's going to cause some digestive issues because it has an antibacterial effect. I just moved into a tiny house out in the desert. Cheers to that, Gracie. Hopefully you like it. I make my own hamburgers and sausages with Himalayan salt and an egg. Yum. Cheers to that. I need to try some. That would be awesome. Fasting would be good, Stephanie. You need at least a good 18 hours. See how your body does. In that meantime, try to take some electrolytes or maybe Himalayan salt would be ideal. If you have apple cider vinegar, that would help. If not, I don't know what else you can do if you don't have any of that stuff. If you have digestive enzymes, you take about 3 on an empty stomach. They do help. What do you recommend for nodule and the lung NAC? Magnesium and D-ribose. JC, my spelling. GC, my spelling. Good listening to you. I've had 3 brain strokes. Last one was in May. Recovering slowly. Hopefully you're doing okay, Randall. I don't know why you're not taking nitric oxide or nitrate. ASAP. Randall, my wishes and prayer. Maurice is a genuine source of info. Thank you, Latro. Randall, I hope you recover, and anything you need, please gonna touch base. Let me know. Apple cider vinegar with the mother, yes, with the mother if possible. But it doesn't look like Stephanie has any right now. I don't think she has any apple cider vinegar for the acid reflux. I'm sorry I missed the first supplement. The fasting 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. Is it okay? Should be fine. If you're doing at least 16 hours, 18 hours. What did you say for nodule lung? NAC and acetyl-L-cysteine. Stephanie, so hard to start, but stick in there. I did 16-8. Great job. Awesome, guys. Gracie, thanks so much for the heart. I'm making orange cider vinegar. Orange cider vinegar. That'd be interesting. I do 16-8 every day. Oh, so that's easy for you, Stephanie. I hope that champagne was good, or I hope that champagne was worth it. But it kind of sucks that I gave you the acid reflux. Is NAC good for thyroid nodule too? It would be tough. For the thyroid nodule, I would use actually tyrosine instead. It was not worth it. That's not good. Maybe next time or next date maybe. Well, whatever holiday or occasion you guys were enjoying. It's because I drank champagne. Is NAC good for thyroid? Maurice, you are an amazing source of info. Very few % of what you say we have had issues with. Spectacular. Thanks so much for the comment. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you have, thanks so much for everything, actually. Everything you put out there. Ionic magnesium best for arteries. Yes. We need to saturate your magnesium. It's not whether it's best for arteries. It's only magnesium, Daria, that we can saturate the cells with. Dosage for NAC, 2400 milligrams every 3 hours. 5 days on, 3 days off. I was home alone. It's a good start. It is interesting. This orange sea vinegar, it has a mother year, one year. I gotta try that. Never heard of that. Orange sea nymph. So from oranges. Random breathing disorder during tennis, will magnesium help? A nitrate will help. So you can actually vasodilate. Say dosage one more time for NAC. 2400 milligrams every 4 hours. 5 days on, 3 days off. Do you go live often? I try to go live every other day. Nayali. I'm trying to go every other day. Sometimes I go every day, but because winter is coming around the corner and I'm trying to kind of finish everything in a tiny house. So I'm trying to do it every other day. I had magnesium deficiency, bipolar, feel good now. That's excellent. I'm glad everything is working out. Thank you so much. So what relaxes arteries? Magnesium and nitric oxide. And I'll show you guys. So the nitric oxide, I took this morning 2 capsules of nitric oxide. So the way you can test your nitric oxide is there's these strips you can actually put on your tongue. Now I don't know how much I have left from this morning. 6 a.m. in the morning, it's already been more than 12 hours. Technically, it should actually come out being dark red or orangey color. That means your body's still actually producing nitric oxide. Okay, so let me get some strips. We're gonna test it out to see if I'm still producing any. I hope I have the strips here somewhere. Because I'm moving things from one end to another. I'm losing everything. What can lower blood pressure quickly? Nitric oxide. You have a great plan with a tiny house. We don't often see brilliance like this. Thank you. I first time building. I think I'm doing a good job. So far, so good. The only thing that I'm missing right now is just a wood stove. I'm having a hard time waiting for a few more parts to come in for the chimney and the pipes, and it's not gonna arrive till like the 3rd week of October. So that's almost gonna put me a little bit behind. Where I have to climb on the roof is gonna be like we're probably gonna have snow or something. So I hope it snows late this year so I can finish it. Because I got the hearth sheet for the floor. I installed it this morning on the flooring. It's just simple to kind of set it up. And I'm waiting for the weekend, so I got my neighbors to actually help me lift the wood stove. So the only thing that is left is just the chimney and the pipes. Oh, there we go. We found them. There we go. So let's test the nitrate. Supposed to be plus 20 next week. Plus 20 for you. It's like 5 degrees outside today. Snow with no electrical. I hope you don't freeze. I have a gas power that I installed last year, but I was going through like 1 propane tank every other day. It was getting so expensive. It was crazy. So there's this strip for the nitric oxide. So you're gonna put it on my tongue for about a few seconds. So, and we attach them together, and it's supposed to actually change color to dark red. That means my body's still producing nitric oxide. I don't think it's gonna be high because I did it this morning about 6 a.m. So I usually take another dose. Where are you at? I'm in BC right now. So there you go. Yeah, it's very, very, very light from this morning. So we're gonna take. I'll wait a bit and I'll do another one shortly here. You mentioned BPC 157 for my tendons, but worried about side effect. I read. Can you help? There's no side effect. What kind of side effect were you thinking of, Nat? As long as you're taking it correctly every day. 1 shot in the morning, 1 shot at night. Maybe mix it with TB 500. What is arugula good for compared to other green? It's only green that actually has the highest level of nitrate to actually give you the nitric oxide pathway, activate the nitric oxide pathway. That's the only reason I talk about it so much. I have a chewable enzyme. Do I have to chew them or can I swallow them? Not a great taste. You can probably swallow them. Never seen any chewable ones before. What is magnesium taurate? Technically, magnesium taurate is supposed to actually reduce blood pressure, but the problem is they don't put enough magnesium in it, and that's why it lacks the proper dose. So that's why I say take magnesium ionic chloride separately and take taurine separately. It's the same thing, but this way here you can actually control how much taurine you want your body to intake. A shot, isn't it either by topical injection or supplement? It is an injection in the stomach. I don't know. I heard there's supplement. I don't know how well they work. Creatine is for women? Yes, it is for women. You can take creatine. 100% you could. Can you briefly explain why sugar glucose cause high blood pressure? It's due to the coagulation effect. We all overconsume sugar or glucose. Even thought, hey, you might say, well, Maurice, I'm only taking like 20 grams. It doesn't matter. You already had your good benefits when you were young. You shouldn't continue taking it at all time. Yeah, coagulation. Coagulation because it clumps up everything together. Lack of oxygen. It coagulates the blood together. I'll take one more question and that's it. I wanted to only stay an hour and 15 minutes. It's been 2 hours. Magnesium glycinate is good for relaxation, but not to saturate your body. I'm not exercising. How much creatine and when to take it? 5 grams a day would be ideal of creatine. Can you help with kidney failure? NMN and TMG. They're the only two that shown some promises for kidneys. Thank you for all that. Have a great night. Have a great night, Stephanie. Thank you. What is normal CAC score? 0. Maurice, I appreciate you and giving us all the information we ask, and have a good night. Have a good night, Annie. I get worried about side effect because I could not walk due to meds, hence my tendons problem. There's no side effect from BPC 157. I did a full cycle of 16 weeks. Thank you, Maurice. Good night, dear. I'll call you to bug you. Sounds good, Dahlia. Thank you so much. All your knowledge. Good night, Maurice and Duke. Thanks again. Have a good night. Thanks, guys. You guys have a nice evening. And definitely, I'll see if I can come back again tomorrow. And we'll continue our chat. In the meantime, you guys have a nice evening. And thanks so much for tuning in. Cheers.